WWE recently ran their Starrcade house show, and by all accounts, it was a huge success. Fans had a great time, there was loads of nostalgia, the matches were great, and everybody went home happy with huge smiles on their faces. And this is all great, and it's undoubtedly something that WWE should do more often. Nostalgia is such a powerful tool, especially when it comes to pro wrestling. I mean, look at somebody like The Shield. The Shield aren't even that old, but we brought them back a few years later, and everyone goes crazy. That's why Goldberg came back too. We all love nostalgia. However, there is a line of argument that suggests that WWE actually screwed up Starrcade, and I think there is some logic to that. Why? Here's why. Now, I get that WWE has stripped back on costs recently to try and improve their bottom line. It's why we don't get pyros anymore. It's another reason why we're not getting as many live specials on the network, and it's why a lot of people got fired recently. Gotta get rid of those salaries. And yeah, live TV costs a fortune, which is probably why someone backstage went, let's do less of those on the network. They're costing us a bomb. This, you would imagine, is the main reason why Starrcade didn't make it to the WWE network. However, that is a huge disappointment, especially if you are a WCW fan. I mean, what a waste of a name, and that's where we're gonna start. So let's quickly wing our way back to the mid-2000s when WWE did bring back ECW with One Night Stand. And there's no way you couldn't call that event a huge success. It was such a success, it relaunched the entire brand. That's how much people loved it, and yes, that was on pay-per-view. And yeah, I know the world is completely different now to how it was, but just think for a moment, even if we are back in the mid-2000s and WWE had decided to run this as a house show, do you think it would have had as big an impact as it did? The answer is no. I think this logic still applies, and ultimately it all comes down to the power of a name and the power of the brand. And I don't know how you see Starrcade in the modern day, but I think it would get a lot of people interested. I mean, look what the house show did. People loved this walk down memory lane. So let's just say for a second that we are right with all of this. WWE did like Starrcade, but they're like, we can't put it on live network special because that's going to cost us too much money. Okay, fine, cool. Then why didn't we take the December pay-per-view and just call that Starrcade instead of Clash of Champions? Be honest with yourself, does Clash of Champions mean anything to you? Do you care? I don't think you do. And of course, if the matches are bad, the matches are bad, or the build is bad, or the hype is bad, no matter what you call it. However, if you do call it Starrcade and you do some of the little trinkets that WWE did at the house show, that's just going to build more awareness, and maybe some people will tune in going, oh, maybe WWE will do some trinkets here. Arn Anderson giving the spine buster to Dolph Ziggler, Goldust, or Dustin Runnels, coming out as Dustin Runnels. And maybe, just maybe, WWE doesn't want to air that on proper TV because it's not going to tie into a story. But when has that ever stopped WWE before? I mean, look at the amount of times a story has started and then just stopped, or we've seen a spot and it never goes anywhere. It's not like you cared before, so why would you care now? It just seems like madness to have all this cool stuff and not use it in the proper way, especially if the reason is because WWE didn't create Starrcade. And that seems like a long shot because WWE has used stuff like the Great American Bash before. However though, maybe Vince McMahon sees Starrcade a little bit differently given the history between Vince McMahon and Starrcade. I mean, at one time, Vince McMahon was so mad at Starrcade, he came up with a pay-per-view to try and kill Starrcade. So maybe Great American Bash is like, yeah, I don't care, but Starrcade, screw that noise. Hell, why we're here, why not go all out and bring back Halloween Havoc too? That is such a good name for a pay-per-view, and it ties into a time of year and a holiday that a lot of people seem to enjoy. I mean, the logic is so strong, it's like a monkey punching me in the face, but maybe that's the problem. And sure, in the day and age where social media is king, it's not like you actually missed out on this. You can go on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram right now and get a good experience of what Starrcade was like. I mean, probably on screen right now, there is an image that relates to Starrcade. So it's not like you can't find this stuff. That doesn't mean we can't use it even more. In fact, it should be used even more. We should be using the tropes and the nostalgia and the memories to try and bring back that old school wrestling fan and try to make them fans again. It's what we want, it's what we desire, it's what we crave. That's how I feel about it anyway. Starrcade does have its place in the annals of wrestling history, and yet for some reason, we're deciding not to use it or treat it in the way that it should have been. We could have done more with it, but we didn't. So onwards we trot, like skeletons marching through an empty land. No idea what that means. Isn't this what we want for the WWE Network too? Live specials and magical things that make us feel all warm and fuzzy inside and justify spending that $9.99 every month. I mean, it certainly seems like live shows and documentaries are what do the best numbers. And I know, adding more live pay-per-views didn't help network numbers. That's because WWE, you went too far and you forgot that less is more and you gave us too much. When we go through that each week with Raw, 3 hours. What? So I don't think the issue actually lies within these live specials. It just lies within the fact that you went too far and kicked in the law of diminishing returns. So forget about that. Dial back on the specials. Give the specials names that we can associate with before we even know the lineup, and watch as we all cry tears of joy. I know I'd enjoy that. I'm going to assume a lot of other people would enjoy that too. Otherwise, why even call it Starrcade? I mean, you may as well call it, I don't know, Fizzle Sticks or Moon Whizzle. There you go, WWE. Do that. If you call your next pay-per-view or live special or whatever Moon Whizzle, I will give you £20 directly out of my wallet. And I think that's a fair deal. I don't think I can say fairer than that. But you heard it here first. Me, Simon Miller, at What Culture, Moon Whizzle, or whatever I said it was going to be called, £20 for you. Imagine those promos too. Imagine those promos. Listen to me, AJ Styles, at Moon Whizzle. I'm going to kick your ass. I bet you are. Now, don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you think about WWE Starrcade. Like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Head over to whatculture.com and read yourself some articles, and follow What Culture on Twitter at WhatCultureWWE. My name is Simon from What Culture. Thank you for joining me today, and I want you to walk outside with a strong heart and a happy mind and smile your way through the next 24 hours.
The killer in you is the power in me. Pleased to meet you, so good to see. The killer in you will keep me alive. Back to back, self-sacrifice.
Hey guys, thanks for making it to the end of the video. Aren't you a star? Don't forget to subscribe below, and also the people who made this video, they're right here, so go and follow them and give them some love. If you want to see more content, there's probably some stuff flowing up above my head. Why not check it out? It could be fun. I'm not your dad.